Hello friends, today we're going to be jumping right back into our SlimeFun tutorial series with something simple that actually works in vanilla. Today we're going to be looking at a tried and true method of XP farming with a few changes and adjustments, the Enderman farm. But before we begin, I just want to thank all of you who have subscribed. Every time someone does, YouTube gives me a notification about it, and it just makes my day. So if you could please consider checking to see if you're subscribed, it would mean the world to me. It's completely free, it only takes 2 seconds, and if you want to unsubscribe later, it's totally okay. Thank you all so much for helping to change my life one sub at a time. Alright, so the concept of Enderman farms have been the same for years. Enderman aggro on an endermite, fall, and get one shot. These designs have shifted slightly in appearance, but the mechanics are all the same. However, the only two real differences in all of these are XP efficiency and build simplicity. So, you know the drill. Here's the simplest and most effective version I could come up with. This simple behemoth utilizes a few Enderman behavioral mechanics that save a good bit of effort in building, and a good bit of efficiency in spawn rates. In testing, it produced around 105,000 XP per hour, essentially meaning 21,000 XP per hour. If you're using SlimeFun, then by using the Talisman of the Wise, featured in this video right here, you can expect around 126,000 experience per hour. Now, the exact numbers are going to vary from server to server based on mob activation ranges and other server settings, but it should remain incredibly efficient. Now, enough talk, let's make it. Enderman can't pick up netherite. And since it's so plentiful and quick to mine, we're going to use it for our spawning platform. We don't need to make it quite this big, but we don't want to make it any bigger. I tested this size to maximize the highest spawn space, given Spigot's tendency to widen gray areas for mob aggro ranges due to the whole mob activation range setting in the Spigot YML. So if you want to make it to this level, you're going to need around 200 stacks of netherite, which is just a bit under 4 double chests. Now, I know this seems like a lot, but it kind of is. But it won't take too long to do. Just get your explosive picks ready. And if you're using SlimeFun and you don't know what an explosive pick is, definitely click this video here. For the chute and the room under here, we'll need a bit under 11 stacks of glass. We're also going to need 8 oak trapdoors, 2 rails, a minecart, a name tag with the ability to name it, of course, so get an anvil. About 3 stacks of ender pearls depending on how lucky you are. A chest, 9 hoppers, 9 pieces of white carpet that aren't totally necessary, but depending on some server settings, could be necessary. A single water bucket, and if you're using SlimeFun, definitely get a cargo manager, an output node, an input node, and a trash can so we can get rid of all those ender pearls. Also, just for clarification, you don't need this platform or this teleporter here. This is just for me to show you guys because it's nice and I like it. If you're using SlimeFun, I also suggest making a SlimeFun tape measure. You'll see why. Now, to build it, we're going to want to start at the main end island. We want to go to the furthest point in any cardinal direction, so for this, we'll go ahead and use south and travel around 300 blocks in that direction in order to get a perfectly empty space. So, we're just gonna start building. 300 blocks later, and we're in this beautifully empty space. Also, make sure to destroy the pathway before you're done with it. One, so that other players and stuff aren't coming over. Also, because you don't want the endermen spawning on that pathway. So we're gonna go ahead and start by making a bit of a platform that we can work with. We'll just use this one piece of end stone as our center. And now that we've got this nice little platform, we're going to go ahead and break all 3 blocks around the end stone. We can go ahead and leave the end stone there for now and place a block on top of it and a block on top of that, destroy the block in the middle. This is all kind of temporary, but it'll help us later on. Now, when it comes to building in the end, in survival, assuming you don't have access to flying, and I don't mean elytra flying because that's how you get yourself killed in the end. What you want to do is just place water whenever you're trying to build down. It's going to make your life a lot easier. So you can just go ahead and place that first layer of glass. Now, of course, this doesn't actually need to be glass, but it makes it look a lot nicer if you make it glass, and sand isn't hard to get. So just make it glass. Why not, you know? We know we're going to want to make this a level down because Minecraft, as great a game it is not without its bugs, and sometimes the Enderman can actually glitch up because of the bodies grouping together and manage to kill the Endermite on top of this block here. So we just make this little down here so there's no way they could ever kill that Endermite. So, how big do we want to make this platform? If we're using SlimeFun, we can go ahead and attach this to the tape measure here. Otherwise, we're just going to want to note what this block is. So this is -33, 143, we're at about 64 blocks high. Cool. Now we're going to start with this point here and just build out. Alright, so this is how far we want to build out. Using our SlimeFun tape measure, we can see that this is just a little over 62 blocks away. Now, Enderman will aggro onto the endermite from up to 64 blocks away. One common misconception is that this is going to be affected by the mob activation range in the spigot YML file. It is affected, however, it's not affected in the way people think. These mobs will still get aggroed, but it may take up to a second and a half for them to be activated in their aggression after they spawn. However, it does add a gray area. Because of this gray area and Spigot's tendency to widen it, they're going to get a little bit glitchy on the edges. So we're just going to cut it down to anywhere below 62.5 blocks away. For anyone who's not using SlimeFun, this is 62 blocks away, and when I say 62 blocks away, I mean the Z value from over there minus the C value from over here is equal to 62. So this is 62 blocks away, but because of trigonometry and math, we know that this isn't necessarily 62 blocks away. It's just a little bit more. But as we go more and more this way, this is not going to be 62 blocks away. It's going to grow and grow until eventually we're looking at something way, way higher than 62. There we go. That's 65. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this is because the hypotenuse of a triangle is greater than the height and the width. Ah, yes, the Pythagorean theorem. So if we're using SlimeFun, all we have to do is say this is about under, this is about under. Once we get to 62.5, just build a block in and just do the exact same thing. Now, this can get pretty annoying and pretty tedious, so you don't have to make it exact. Just try and make it on the shorter side rather than the larger side, because you don't want to get Enderman clogging up your spawn rates. Here's the Ender farm that I've already built. On this, if we want those exact measurements, this is how we can see it. Starting from our center point, we're going to want to go 10 blocks out, and then 5 blocks out, and then 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2, and then 2, then 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then you're going to want to change direction, so rotating 90 degrees, and then 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 10. Now, if you're wondering why these numbers are all weird, it's because we're working in intervals of 1 when this is actually just a sine function or a cosine function. More trigonometry. Now, once again, you don't need to worry about making it exactly to those numbers, but if you're anal like me and really need it to be absolutely perfect, what I suggest you do is write down all the numbers I just said, or as they appear on the screen here. And from that, you can work all the way around the entire circle. You're going to want to fill it all up with netherrack, and this will take a while, but after you've done it, you've completed the biggest and most challenging part of your Enderman farm. Now, all we need to do is we need to go down. So from this block here, where the Endermen are falling off, we want to go down 43 blocks. So let's just go ahead and note the Y value. We're at 61. And if we're using SlimeFun, we can just mark this spot here. And we're going to build down. So since I was at 61, I want to be at 18. So I'm just going to build a little bit below so that I can see when I'm standing on 18. And I'm now standing on 18. So let's go ahead and build down to 16 just so we have a little room to work with. And we're just going to want to make a little platform, being careful not to fall off and die. Now, if you're wondering why I'm using glass for the platform, it isn't because glass is easy to break and you can easily kill your friends with this method, though I highly do suggest doing it. It's hilarious and you'll ruin your friendships. It's because mobs don't spawn on glass, so you won't have any trouble of Endermen spawning down here. However, we will need to cover the top in water so that Endermen don't teleport to it after falling or being hit. So now that we have a little bit of a platform here, we're going to want to build back up so that we have that 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 chute missing the corners, because there's no reason to make the corners. All right, now we have our chute going all the way down. I just blocked off this top part so that the water isn't bothering us while we're working. Make sure you don't have little hangy parts off the ends. And we just want to build out our platform just a little bit more. Now, remember, we're on 16, but we actually want our platform to be on 18, which is this block here. So we're going to go ahead and place our chest with all of our hoppers feeding into it. Now, do make sure that all the hoppers feed into each other so that they feed into the final chest. One nice thing about hoppers, if the block above it is glass, you can still open it because glass is a transparent block. Now we can go ahead and break the blocks around the chest, and we just need to make a little room for ourselves. So since we're going to be fighting on this level, we're going to go ahead and open this up. Now you can make this platformer as big or as small as you want to if there's things you want to store in here. All right, now that we've got a little bit of a room here with just a little bit of space down here in case we want to set up our cargo down here, we want to go ahead and make a roof. Now make sure to make your roof 2 blocks high above the floor because occasionally endermen will fall and not take damage because Minecraft is fun like that. And when you hit them, you don't want them teleporting in with you and murdering you. All right, now we've got this wonderful little box here. What we're going to do is we're going to find a nice central area, say right here, and we're going to build 3 blocks up, build 2 blocks on the side of that, and 1 block on all the sides of that. So we've got this nice little star shape. Now the reason for this is we're just going to place our water bucket on top, and it's going to cover a good bit of the glass. Now the way we can get it to cover all of it is we're just going to keep building it out in every direction until it's covering everything. All right, now that we've got that there, we can go ahead and destroy whatever building block we used to make the water flow. Now, if you're using SlimeFun, make sure to use your GPS marker tool, which is right here, to set a waypoint here so that you can use your teleport to teleport to and from here. It's not required, but I also do suggest making a teleporter somewhere around here, maybe on the bottom floor here, so that you don't constantly have to be going to an end portal in order to get out of here. If you have /home or something, that works too. All right, now that we've got a nice little room here, if you're using SlimeFun, go ahead and place your cargo manager right here, place your input node onto the chest, place your trash can right there, and place an output node onto it so that all of your nodes are aligned. Remember that you can right-click your cargo manager in order to turn off your cargo net visualizer. We're going to want to take an ender pearl, put it inside our input node, set it to channel 1, make sure it's on whitelist, make sure this is on channel 1, so that all of the ender pearls that it collects are automatically trashed. All right, now we've got this area set up, we can go ahead and swim back up to the top. Having this water here is going to become annoying pretty soon, so we can go ahead and take it away. And if we really want to have a way down, we can just break a block here and put water there. Now we have a way up and down. And if you want to make a water elevator or a SlimeFun elevator, which would be even better, you can do that. All right, now we want to take our 8 trapdoors and place them on the tops of our glass like this and on the sides. And we're going to go ahead and open all of them because Enderman AI, like all mob AI in Minecraft, don't recognize trapdoors the way we see them, so they're just going to walk in and fall. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to see this middle block here. This is where the endermite is going to sit on top of, because this is 2 blocks for us, but for endermen, they're 3 tall, so they're going to see the endermite through the minecart. So we're just going to place another block here, build up a little bit so we have a little bit of a cage. And now we've got a little room to work with. So this is 2 blocks deep just because I like to be safe. We're going to place down those 2 rails, put our minecart down, make sure you've named your name tag something, and start the grueling process of ender pearling right here into this rail until eventually an endermite spawns. There's a 5% chance of this, but sometimes it feels like there's a 1% or I don't know, so it just hates you, and sometimes the game really is going to make you work for it, and I'm not going to stop talking until I finally get an endermite. The game really hates endermite, and they despawn. Oh, there we go, finally. All right, and you want to name it, and you want to jump in the minecart. Now, it's going to start attacking you. Make sure you're not wearing Thorn's armor, otherwise it will die because these things are weak. Jump in the minecart, so finally, and get it back onto that block over there. Now, it's sitting in there. It shouldn't be able to attack you. If it can, then I'm sorry. Break this rail here. You want to build up or get out. And now what you're going to want to do is don't break all the walls yet because we're not done. And if you do that, endermen are going to block everything up and it's going to be really annoying. So jump off, go back down to the very bottom, go ahead and place down that 9 white carpet. Check one last time to make sure that this is the right distance. Now you're ready. Now this accounts for most possible bugs on servers and yada yada yada. Break this quickly. And don't fall down there. You'll die too. It's as good as killing you as it is killing them. So you're still safe. Come down here. Make sure not to break this one. Go ahead and break this one. And break these fast. Break it fast. Break it fast. And they're coming. Oh, Lord, they coming. Now, the ones that are turned around, they're not going to come for it yet because they're idiots. But once they do realize what's going on, they'll come. It takes longer for ones that are outside of your activation range, like those over there. They're greater than 32 blocks away, which is the default activation range. Sometimes they will get stuck here, but that doesn't matter because other ones will push them in. or they'll get in on their own. You're embarrassing me right now. There we go. Key part of this process: do not use an axe or anything else to kill the Enderman. Use a sword. The faster you kill the Enderman, the faster more will spawn. Don't let them sit here for too long. Don't AFK next to the farm, because there's a chance that depending on how it's configured on your server, entity cramming will despawn the endermite up there, even though that's not the way it's supposed to work with entity cramming. But for some reason, some servers, I'm not sure if it's paper or spigot or whatever, some servers will do it. Make sure to fully charge your sword before you kill the Endermen so that you can kill large swaths of them at a time. Turn down your mob sounds, otherwise you will hate yourself. Alright, I don't have to yell anymore. Oh. I forgot to break this block here. Don't do that. Now, you can see this is a lot of Endermen. You're not going to run out. This is pain. Alright, and now you have a beautifully max efficiency Enderman farm. Now, I say max efficiency, but there is one possible way that you could increase the efficiency in theory is by adding another layer. However, this would require you to have a way of stopping the Enderman's fall height somewhere and controlling them all, and you'd want to do this without slowing them down because this would decrease the total efficiency. I haven't worked it all out yet. It's a little thing I'm thinking on. If I come up with something, rest assured you guys will be the first to know. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you found it helpful, please subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it helps me out a ton. I hope you guys enjoy the mindless slaughtering of thousands of trapped souls that say thank you whenever you kill the Ender Dragon. Thank you so much, and I will see you all next time.